Are you able to see the white screen or not? White screen or not? Dependent or control.
In the last class, I completed KCL. So once again, I will repeat this one. So here KCL. It states that algebraic sum of currents meeting at a node is equal to 0. I will wait for 2 minutes. Let other students join. After that, I will. After 2 minutes, I will continue the class.
Is not affected by any other voltage source.
Yeah, see here. So this is the node N.
Or some disturbance is there.
Yeah. What? Yeah, what is your problem? Are you able to see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now here, let me repeat the last class experiment. So here, this is the node N. So KCL states that algebraic sum of currents meeting at a node is equal to 0. That means, so do you want to write these points? Already this will be covering in your BW class. Okay. So here, let me go here, algebraic sum of currents. So here, incoming currents. So incoming currents incoming currents. So incoming currents, we are going to take negative sign. Outgoing currents. Coming to outgoing currents. Outgoing currents. We have to take positive sign. Now here let us do the algebraic sum. Algebraic sum of currents. Algebraic sum of currents meeting at a node. So here I1, I2 are the incoming currents. So here minus I1 minus I2. So minus I1 minus I2 are entering the node. So negative sign. Next outgoing currents I3, I4, I5. So outgoing currents means positive. So plus I3 plus I4 plus I5 just wait a minute. Yes, students.
అంతే మీ పిల్లల
Yes, students.
This is enough from whatever the concept I explained right now.
So incoming currents. Incoming
Right now,
currents.
right now, I explained some concepts like this.
The incoming currents are taken with a negative sign, outgoing currents are taken with a positive sign, and KCL states that
Can you see the my screen?
algebraic sum of currents emitting at a node is equal to 0. So you are doing here I1 and I2 are the incoming currents.
All of it is.
So minus I1 minus I2.
You know my clarification. Okay. Anyone of you?
Yes, is my voice clear?
Disturbance is coming, sir.
Disturbance is coming.
Okay. You will one
Yeah.
more time explain.
Once again,
Is it?
are you hearing?
Someone is teaching from backside, sir. Another sir.
Okay, okay, okay.
Are you able to see the screen? Okay. Okay. Independent sources is clear now?
So wait, I will change the
What are the
place.
sources?
Yes, students, is it clear? KCL? So incoming currents are taken with the negative sign. Yes, students, are you there?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yeah. So incoming currents are taken with the negative sign. Outgoing currents are taken with the positive sign. Okay. And here KCL states that algebraic sum of currents meeting at a node is equal to 0. So here this is the equation. This is the algebraic sum of currents. So meeting at this node n, and it will be equal to 0. So this is KCL. Now let us see the, so I1 I2 are incoming currents. So minus I1 minus I2 incoming currents, negative sign. Next outgoing currents I3 I4 I5 are the outgoing currents. So they are taken with positive sign, and the algebraic sum is equal to 0. Now let us obtain the I1 value. So let us obtain I1 value, I2, I3, I4 and I5. So when the current I1 flows, so you know that current flows from high voltage to low voltage. So here, so it is flowing from Vs. So here Vs is 5 volts. So here, if you take the current I1, it is flowing through the resistor R1. So one end of the resistor is at 5 volts, other end is at Vn. This is at Vn. So first let us take, let voltage at node N is Vn. So here this is the node N. At this node N, the voltage is Vn. So here voltage here if you see the resistor R1, so one end is at 5 volts, another end is at voltage Vn. Now what is the current flowing? So voltage difference divided by resistor. So as per Ohm's law, we know that so the potential difference, that is 5 minus, what is the potential difference? 5 minus Vn. So this V equal to IR. What is I1 R1. So this is according to Ohm's law. So the potential difference between the two ends of a resistor is equal to current into resistance. That means here the current flowing through the resistor R1 is I1. So I1 into R1. So this is as per Ohm's law. Now here I1 can be written as 5 minus Vn by, so here already I have written. So here from this I1 can be written as, here I1 is equal to 5 minus Vn by R1. Okay. So let us see here. So V 5 minus Vn by R1. So or you can take in general Vs minus Vn by R1. So here instead of Vs we can take 5 volts or directly Vs. So Vs minus Vn by R1. So Vs minus Vn by R1. Similarly, I2. I2 can be written as Vs minus Vn by R2. So what about I3? So here Vn by, so here this is the reference node. So here Vn by R3 or simply Vn minus here. So I3 can be written as, if you take I3, I3 equal to Vn minus 0 by R3, or simply it can be written as Vn by R3. So here I have written here I3 can be written as Vn by R3, I4, Vn by R4, I5, Vn by R5. So we got this equation. Suppose if Vs equal to 5 volts. So if V is equal to 5 volts, substitute the V is equal to 5 volts in the above equation. So you are going to get this one. So here R1 is 1 kilo ohms. So that is 1 into 10 power 3. Or if you want, if you take here directly 1 ohms, as it is 1K, so you have to take 1 into 10 power 3. So it is R1 is 1K. R1 is 1 kilo ohms, 1 into 10 power 3 ohms. All the resistor values are in kilo ohms. So if you solve this one, you are going to get a Vn, and here, if you substitute Vn here, after finding Vn, then you can find out I1, I2, I3, I4, I5. And here you can compare this with the values obtained in the table. So this will be almost same. So I have approximated 1.88 to 1.9. So you may be getting slight difference. So next, go for KVL. So KVL. First, let us see the calculations. KVL calculations. So why I arranged this in vertical means if you draw this in horizontal, so R2, R3, R4, so it will be occupying more space on the kit. So I will show the kit now. See the kit. So here R1, R2, R3, R4 here. So here R1, R2, R3, R4. So all are taken in a vertical, because if you keep these resistors in horizontal position, so the size of the kit will be large. So that's why in order to reduce the size of the kit, so here the resistors are taken in vertical position. Okay. Now here, how to do the connections? Let us see here in the pen. Here, so already you can see a wire here. This is a copper wire. Here inside there will be copper. Here this is a cable. So here plus terminal to this point, it is directly connected, and here to this a resistor is connected R1, and here, so in order to connect R1, R2, R3, R4 in series, so here this end must be connected to R2 here. We have to make the connections like this. So here you have to connect a wire between these 2 points. Here, so R1 will be connected in series with R2. Next, R2 will be connected in series with R3. Next, R3 will be connected in series with R4. So like this, you have to give the connections here. Next, coming to R4. Next, coming to R4. So here, this R4 here. See this? So R4 must be connected to negative terminal. So instead of giving direct connection, here we can simplify the connection by using this point. So here we have to connect these 2 points by a connecting wire. Now here this black wire, if you see this black wire, so this black wire is already connected to negative terminal. Here negative. So this is about the circuit connections. So here we require series connected resistors so that it forms a loop. So we'll go for the circuit diagram. See here. So here Kirchhoff's voltage law. So here, are you able to see the screen? Anyone? Respond please.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So here Kirchhoff's voltage law. So Kirchhoff voltage law. If you go for the statement of the Kirchhoff voltage law, see here, it states that the algebraic sum of voltages. See here, the algebraic sum of voltages. Algebraic sum of voltages. So algebraic sum of voltages around any closed path. That closed path is called as loop or mesh. So there is a small difference between a loop and a mesh. So here, a loop can be divided into further meshes, but a mesh cannot be subdivided. See, for example, you can see here, this forms a loop. Okay, this is a loop. For example, so this is a loop, but this is also a loop. R1, R2, this is a loop. This is a loop, but this can also be called as mesh. We can also call it as mesh. It is mesh and also a loop. So this R1, R2, this is a loop and it is also called as mesh. If you see this one, R3, R5 forms a loop but not a mesh. So this is a loop but not a mesh. A loop can be further be divided into meshes. So here, if you see here, this can be divided into meshes. This is one mesh, this is another mesh. So R3, R4 forms a mesh. This is a mesh. So let me draw here. So this R3, R4 forms a mesh. This also forms a mesh, this one. This is also a mesh. Understood? Here, this is a loop. A mesh is a loop which cannot be further be divided into smaller loops. A smaller loop is called a what we say here. So here a loop may contain many meshes, but a mesh will have only one loop. So this will be covered in the classroom. So I will be teaching this in lab. So algebraic sum of voltages in any closed path. That closed path can be a loop or mesh. So this will be covered more clearly in the subject. So let us go for the experiment. So here, you can see here the algebraic sum of voltages around any closed path. You can take a loop or a mesh is 0. So let us take this one. So algebraic sum means here already I have written. So here, if you take a KVL for this loop, this is a closed path. This is a closed path. And here we have to do the algebraic sum. So how to do the algebraic sum? So here you have positive terminal, negative terminal. So these are the positive and negative terminal of the battery. So when a current flows, there will be voltage drop. See here, plus minus. Current flows from high voltage to low voltage. So plus minus. So here plus minus indicate voltage drop. So here this plus minus indicate voltage polarity of the battery. Plus terminal, minus terminal. So when a current flows through a resistor, there will be voltage drop across the resistor. So here plus to minus indicates voltage drop. So similarly, here also plus minus, plus minus, plus minus. So here V1, V2, V3, V4 are the voltage drops across the resistors R1, R2, R3 and R4 respectively. And here we have this voltage source. Now coming to Kirchhoff's voltage law. Kirchhoff's voltage law states that algebraic sum of voltages in a closed path is equal to 0. And how to take a positive sign and negative sign. So when a voltage rise, you have to take positive. So voltage rise. If there is a voltage rise, you have to take positive sign. Voltage drop, negative sign, positive sign. Voltage rise means positive sign. Voltage drop means negative sign. So here, let us see here. Here, if you traverse, to see here. So if you traverse in the direction of the loop current, if you traverse in the direction of the loop current, you can see here minus to plus. So we are going in this direction. Minus to plus means voltage rise. Voltage rise is taken as positive. So positive I have taken. Next, if you see this R1, plus to minus, voltage drop. So plus to minus means voltage drop. Voltage drop is taken as negative. So minus I1. Coming to V2, plus to minus, voltage drop, minus V2. Similarly, V3 also minus V3 minus V4 is equal to 0. So here this is the algebraic sum of voltages in a closed path is equal to 0. Next, this can be rearranged like this. Vs equal to, bring this all to right. So here it becomes like this. Now here, sum of voltage rises is equal to sum of voltage drops. Sum of voltage rises is equal to sum of voltage drops. So this is the KVL. Now let us prove this KVL. So for that we are going to do this experiment. So first let us understand the, here this is the kit. So R1, R2, R3, R4. Now I am going to connect. Are you able to see the mouse pointer?
Yes, sir.
Oh yes. So here, this is this terminal we are going to connect to the DRPS, dual regulated power supply, POS2 terminal of the supply. Next, this wire, you can see here there is a red wire. This red wire is directly connected to this point, and here between these 2 points you can have a resistor R1, and here between these 2 points you have the resistor R2, and here these two are the ends of the R3, and these two are the ends of the R4. And here let us do the connections. So first, we have connected R1 to R2, and R2 is connected to R3 starting, and R is connected to R4 starting, and opinion of now R4 is directly connected to the here. See here I am connecting the positive terminal of the voltage source to this point, negative terminal to this point. Very simple connection. First I am applying 5 volts. So this is a voltmeter. By using this I can measure the voltage. Measuring the voltage across R1.